Perfect. Now I can start up again. And we should be a second now. There we are. Okay, we're officially back. Let me bring in that chat. New link. Are we back? I think we are. So I've had to deal with this exact issue before. I don't know when I must have accidentally hit a button that did this recently, but my built-in Wi-Fi adapter broke years ago, and I had to replace it. In fact, it was the day the Elden Ring DLC came out, so I was really excited to stream that, and then I had to get a Wi-Fi adapter replaced. Um, and it seems somehow the new one is turned off and the old broken one turned back on. So I was trying to make my stream function off of a broken Wi-Fi adapter, which the antennae of isn't connected anymore. So it is like no power to actually connect to anything. I'm honestly shocked I even got an image out through that. So that's honestly a miracle. But it should be fixed now. Not sure why game capture's not showing up, but we can fix that. I think. Hopefully. Come on. I love technical difficulties. You know, we'll go into display capture today. That's fine. Honestly. Whatever at this point. If it wants to be stubborn, it can be stubborn. Alright. So as I was saying, hey, thank you so much, Joe here. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. I think is it still called super chat? I think they used to call it that. I don't know if it's still called that now that I think about it. But you know, I'm gonna call it that anyway. Thank you for the super chat. Over the course of many months, starting in like last summer, and going all throughout many months until we made our way all the way to like, I think it ended in like October when we were working on this. We have been building this city, and then we finished it. It is all wrapped up now. I also think maybe Twitch chat's not on screen. Just double check. Should be now, if it's not. But yeah, I've kind of been thinking about, yeah, chat's just not on screen. All my OBS overlays are just broken today, it looks like. We'll refresh that. Maybe that'll fix it. Who knows? Could fix it. Yeah, everything decided to break today, it seems. But we never really built beyond these boundaries because this was the entire goal. But I think I kind of miss this project, and I have a lot of new ideas that I want to add to it. So I think it's time to come back to this project. Now, is this going to be a quick thing? No, no, no. This is going to be many, many streams again, and something to just kind of work on in the background as we expand this. In fact, I'd love to get a whole nother square done. I'm thinking this side right now. Or possibly this side. I have ideas for two different sides right now. Though it's mostly the same ideas, I just know how I connect it. So, also, I think I have names for some of these streets now. But one of the big things I need to figure out is how do I want my block structure to be? Because I'm like, oh, I'll just do like a square on each side. It's fine. But the issue is now I actually have to think about how big a city block is. Which is something to think about. Now, you might think, oh, it's easy, just like put another road like right here, or like make this exact square again. Exact square again, then we have a very big city block, which doesn't quite make sense for why there'd be so much room in the middle. Or, alternatively, then we have the issue of these really thin buildings. And then I need to figure out, okay, wait, what do I do with these like incredibly thin buildings? Also, like, what in the world was I thinking with this window if I'm ever going to build something behind it? Because I never planned to build anything behind it. Because the city was not built to have an additional add-on built for it. So that's kind of the situation. Turn the buildings into supports for a highway. Yeah, just put a highway like right across the middle. So honestly, I'm not 100% sure what we do here. We could always tear those buildings down and modify them, or we could always just like push back. We could always just push back our crosswalks a bit and add one additional building on the end of each block. But yeah, I think we're gonna work on this side. I guess also the blocks don't need to be even. I don't know why I actually was thinking blocks need to be even. They don't. Because in the real world, city blocks are often not even. Not every city's built on a perfect grid, so actually I don't think we need to worry about that too much. Let's just let it be a little bit more free-flowing. So this, I believe, is 75 by 75 is what we built last time. Which is quite a bit. I mean, it's a ton. Let me just double check that. Block position 70. What axis is it? Z. Camera just did something weird? Oh, camera's broken? Cool. Everything's breaking down today. Okay, I'm gonna cover that in case something happens when I restart it. Oh, okay, we broken? We broken today? We might be broken today. Cool. I think everything's just malfunctioning all at once today, which is really, really cool. That it would do that. So convenient. Let me just unplug this. Oh, now it's like tilting up. It's not going to be in the correct spot now. Why can't I get this? Just fully holding it. Okay, it's a fully unplugged. Oh, it's hot. Why is it so hot? You know what? Just get rid of that. Maybe maybe today's not the day for that. Oh, maybe I change it to this input and then this input. There we are. We're really low down now. Maybe put a surge protector on your outlet. You know what? All my lights changed colors earlier today, and I have like those hue lights. I wonder if a surge actually did cause this. That would make so much sense. Yeah, maybe I need a surge protector. That's wrong. Maybe a little over. There we go. Okay, through the technical difficulties we shall prevail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So it's 33 then the road. So what do we get if we do that? How wide is the road? So I'm just gonna make it exactly how it is, and then we'll look and see if that's like a too big of a city block. I think this is too big. So I think we're gonna have to do something a little different. So there's a 4-block gap, then the center line. This is the most intelligible chat's ever been. This is great. Seems like maybe there's a conflict going on. Honestly, unclear. All right. So this is the new area. This feels huge. I forget how big this area is. A lemon bread here. I'm thinking the city needs a bakery. Oh, I should make a bakery. That'd be nice. That honestly look quite nice in the new area I'm planning to build. All right. So I'm thinking this whole thing, and technically 2 more, is too big for a city block. So maybe 17 out, and then we do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And then the road. Okay, so the benefit of 17 out and then the road would mean city blocks are exactly 50 blocks. That's how much extra room it would add, which is not that much. I think that's fine to have 50 block city blocks. I think that's pretty solid. We'll have to push back our streetlights a bit, which will kind of mess up one of the bridges we've made that's meant to connect some buildings, which is kind of annoying, but at least there'll be new buildings and you'll just be able to go down a little further and then cross over. So then the street is 4 wide, then the line, then 4 wide, and then the line. So we bring in this line. We go up this way. Then we go this way. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of hard to work with because it's a little off center now. A little off center. So we need 50 blocks then. So why don't we count that out? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think that was 5 times. I counted that. Maybe. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Nope. What's a little more space? So this will be exactly a city block. So that, honestly, at that point, let's just add a road at the end here. Because, like, if we're already, like, finishing these city blocks and we're adding this one, like, let's just slap a road on the end. There's no reason not to. It's like a minor amount of work. Until we get to the sewers, then it's a ton of work, but we don't worry about that part until later. Does anyone else eat lemons like oranges? I mean, personally, I don't. But I did used to, as a child, go and drink lemon juice straight, just for fun. And it was good. So, I can't blame you. Alright, so here's our new areas plan. Except not quite. um, ooh, this actually, my plans might not work with this setup. Also, you're calling me a child. No, I just said it was fun as a child. I just haven't done it since I was. So I want a roundabout. How big do I want the roundabout? Because, I mean, maybe if I set up like this, it just won't work as a roundabout, is more my issue. Hmm. All right, farewell bread and lemon. Hmm. I need to figure out how to get a roundabout in here. I mean, I guess it depends on how big I want my roundabout. Oh, I was also thinking of having a canal at some point, but I think that's gonna be later. So if I wanted a roundabout in the middle of here, and for the purposes I actually want to use this for, it needs to be like at least a decent size. It can't just be like a tiny little thing. We'd probably need like an island in the middle about this big. You can put statues in Google Cartridge, God of the Stars and Magic. There will be a statue in the middle is the plan. Oh wait, I also don't know if there's enough road to do what I want to do. We might need to just push everything this way. I think this city block might just need to have like a lot more room on it. Maybe we do just need to make the big city blocks and put the new roundabout dead in the middle. Though then the city blocks are so big. You know what? It's fine. We'll make the city blocks so big. We will do what must be done. Oh wait, so this was 17. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Then the road starts here, actually. Actually, the road starts here. So yeah, the city how big is a city block in real life, even? That's probably not a uniform measurement, is it? Bigger than I thought. Yeah, actually, yeah, pretty big. Oh, there's a lot of... Oh, yeah, so this, I just found something online that reminded me that, yeah, they're different. They vary in sizes. Um, so I think we're just gonna make them freeform, to be honest. Honestly, that's more fun anyway. They don't need to be like straight lines all the time. Let's get a little funky. I mean, this one's not gonna be because this is just gonna go straight. But like, if we ever wanted to. So I guess that's gonna make city blocks about 4 buildings long. Which is kind of, I mean, how big is that? Let me look at some top-down, never mind that actually, no, that's pretty normal looking at some top-down images of cities. Now I'm actually looking at it. Yeah, actually, never mind. That's about how big a city block should be. Cool. I've just happened upon making it about the right size. We love to see that. Notice that Divine Light Sea is very flat from my limited time. From what I've seen, my limited time visiting the big city, Toronto, sees have a lot of bridges and tunnels with homeless people. It will not be flat forever. Let me just tell you, part of this new expansion is going to be having it on a different level than everything else, because there's a very distinct image I want in my mind that requires it to not be flat. So, I think that'll be very cool. How about Zingulka holding a lemon? I don't know if I could make it that detailed. We could make a lemon store, though. It's like a tech store, like Apple, but it's just lemon. Grasp raised ground? Inconceivable. No. Not raised. Not raised. We don't go up here. We only go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Okay. Wait, I've measured something wrong. I think I know where this road's supposed to end, and it's not right here. Wait a second. What am I doing? Wait, this is so much easier than I was making it. Or is it? Because wait, this is... I'd have to make this side into something. But I could just put a road right here. Like, flush against this wall. I'm thinking way too hard about this, I think. But also, I want to make sure my basic city planning's good because everything else is built on it. We can't get to the chill building part if I can't have something to build in a chill manner, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, what if I put a road right here, like just directly against this, and then we could just do something with the side of this building? No, because, like, what would I even do with that? Because more road is cool. Like, genuinely, like, I think it would look good. I mean, what would that look like? Like, let's examine how that would play with everything. Also, what in the world are the red lines actually representing here so I can actually line this up? If I want to fall directly next to the edge of the sidewalk, right here. So technically this is sidewalk right here. This is actually the edge of the road. So actual edge of the road would be... So it actually doesn't include this edge. Man, I know that I'm spending like way too long on this, but I really want to make sure we get this right. Why don't we build this up here so I can visualize it better? Okay, so... Oh, but then this is the sidewalk. There's just no sidewalk. I didn't plan the edges so well when we were doing this the first time because I didn't think we were going to mess with it. How do you fix that? I think it's got to be this. I think this is it. Though I do really want like a road right next to this. I can make one. Wait, I can just make a through street. We can just have a through street. Why am I overthinking this? Yeah, just add a through street. Awesome. Um, so we'll say a through street's about like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. Build the new on the other side of the city. I mean, that is an option. So we could build a through street right here. So that's an option. So on the other side of the sea, we would have a similar problem because we have this tiny building, which is its own whole debacle. And also the same problem with that. Yeah, I just did this on every side, so we just gotta figure out exactly how I want to fix this. Okay. Why don't we push out every city block by a few blocks? Or by maybe one building? Hmm. Let's see. Let's cut this away. I don't mind that, actually. That would be fine. Oh, but then something else that I have planned wouldn't work. Yeah, okay, I think we're gonna have to make some adjustments to the proportions of this. I can't keep this exactly as it is. We need to make modifications. So, step one, I think, is going to be outfitting this side of the city so it looks good from the side. How are we going to do that? Don't know yet. But I want to put a road here. Like, close to this side, I think. What's this? What would I make the side look like? Can we figure out a way to make that interesting? We could bring down this side a bit. Could cover the wall in vines. That's definitely an option. I mean, I could just add one more building. I mean, every single side we need one more building, I think. Yeah, okay. You know what? I have been trying so hard to keep this like a nice square of area off to the side. It's not happening. I'm gonna give up on that right now. Instead, I think we need to focus on uh, where we put the next big road. So we're gonna remove this and put down a road like this way. So maybe about like 50, no, be like 16 more. Because that's about how wide our buildings typically are. So 8. All right, so about that much more block, that much more city block. I think that's it. Let's see, you should add an Easter egg to reference to your roguelike. I probably will at some point in here, now that, because honestly, when we started building this the first time, there wasn't even really a roguelike to put Easter eggs for yet. So you don't listen to them. Vines are boring. Water walls are all the rage. Werewolves. Are you just arguing with yourself between two chats? I think vines or water, though. I think I think it's too flat. I think we need to put a building here. Just so you can get your hands on some lovely red crystals in the alleyway behind the iconic building. I gotta get my crimson fix. So we want the we want a roundabout. Maybe we should just build on a different side. Sorry, I know I'm being so indecisive about this. But like this is gonna determine so much that I can't risk getting it wrong. So pretty much on every side I have an issue. This side I have this issue. This side I have this issue. This side I have this issue. This one I could probably make that work actually. Should we just do it on this side? Is there any reason I couldn't do it on this side? Brothel expansion? Oh yeah, putting that next to the main. You know what? Actually, I don't want the brothel in the town square. Because this is going to be like a main public square kind of area. Alright, so to explain actually why I'm trying to figure this out so much, is we're actually going to have the next road slope. So I'd like to put a road along here, and then have the next one slope down, and then go into the little city center area. You know, maybe we just don't do the city center on this side. Maybe we save that for another time. I do need the slope. The slope's important for my vision here. So how much more would I need for a sidewalk? Like just a little bit. I mean, like really not much. I mean, how much would I need to finish some of these buildings? And then 3 blocks for the sidewalk. I mean, 5 would honestly probably be fine to finish some of these buildings. So what if we make it 8 more? Because I think I could probably fit in some expansion to the side that I could add something to. If I made it 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, I got one short. Okay, I think I might have something here. I'm feeling good about this idea. So this one goes all the way back. Oh, I need 2 more. So then we get a road. And that would go on both sides. So how wide would that make? That would make every city block 41 wide. That's fine. That's a number I can work with. And it's a 1 block center, which is lovely. We love 1 block centers. So then this would be sidewalk. We'll probably need to paint in some more colors in a sec. As I plan this all out. So then we have 41 to go down. And I'm thinking we go like one down for every 4 blocks to the side. Mm, we could also go down quicker. I mean, we can see what works. So if I was going to descend right here, I mean, how far do we have to go before we are at the bottom? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. I mean, that's a bit down. So you know what? We're gonna pull out a little trick we learned just a second ago, I think. Which is that we don't have to have every city block be the exact same proportions. And we're gonna make this one less wide. So we figured out that it takes about maybe like 10 to 15. We'll say like 15. Divine Light City is built on a fault line, right? Would slopes be more structure unstable than flat streets? Yeah, probably. They're gonna have some sinkholes in them. Also, right here, I think I'm just gonna put like a grass strip or something with some trees. Or we could just pull the edge of this out a bit and give this whole building a little bit more room to breathe. You could just actually just like fully cut it with a structure block and chop it over here, but actually that might be a really good idea. How wide are these segments? 5 plus 2, so 7. If we went 3 more. Yeah, if we actually went out to here, then we could just put like an extra bit of room in the parking garage. Which honestly, I think would be welcome. Or would it? No, you know what? Let's not mess with what we've already made. Let's leave things as they were initially created, and I think that'll be nice. I don't want to go back and like alter too much stuff. We can add on though. So how many buildings do we want along here? I'm thinking like 2. So that's 30. So why don't we make it like, and then so it's actually gonna be 41. So why don't we make this like 30? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. All right, and that's including sidewalks, which are 3 wide. So technically it's more like a 24 block. And hopefully we will have gotten down by then. Okay, I think we might finally have a layout. And then how much room do I want here? Maybe like 15. You know, just enough to build something. How far is it out to this? Negative 479. We can just go out to this. Alright, so this should give me the effect I want down here. Because this street's the most important one that I want to do right now. We can do the town square later. Or could we? Oh, we could probably still do it. Oh, it would look so cool with the road coming up from it. It would look really good. What if I tried to fit it in here? I mean, how far would we go down if we were going every 4? Okay, so assuming that this is sidewalk. So we'll mark this out as sidewalk. Is this space gonna be leading up to the iconic building? I mean, yeah, it's gonna be like going right down that path, so we'll give a beautiful view of that. So right about here is where it starts going down. So what we're actually gonna do here is something along these lines. So then we go down at about that slope. And then we'll hit the roundabout. What happened to the iconic building? Is it not gray anymore? What? It's always been this color. What are you talking about? It's always been that color. It's never been any other colors. Alright, how big do we want this like center area to be? Probably yay big? I mean, the streets are wide, so... I mean, so it needs to be one lane, I guess, because it is only one way now that I think about it. So how much is one lane? 5? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll have like a little islander separator right here on each side. And Bedrock has the easy building. Honestly, I find it quite easy, especially because you can do this, which is so nice. That one little feature goes so far. So I'm thinking maybe about out here would be good. Why is that not centered? Oh, I guess I just messed this line up earlier. Like that, maybe? Oh, and then this is also off, that means. What have I done wrong? Oh, this is also 5. Oh, I just measured every other... Okay, so I made streets too small earlier. It's actually 5. Which means this is one further down. Crap, we messed it all up. It's all over. It's ruined. There's no way we can recover from that one. Alright. This has not been as chill as I intended, but we'll get to the chill part eventually. And how far is this now? Okay, that's still the same distance. Good. That hasn't changed. These are 5 wide now, and this needs to be 5 wide. Can't believe I would mess something this simple up. But you know what? It happens sometimes. There we go. McDonald's planning grid, yeah. Yeah, I can't even deny that. It is that exact color set. Yeah. Go along here. I'm gonna go in a little bit further. This is wrong somehow. Yeah. It's all one down. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Something's happening here. So I'm thinking you just can't cross in the roundabout. I don't understand why you would have a crosswalk there. I don't know how that would work. To be fair, there's not that many roundabouts in America. So maybe that's a thing, but I just don't understand. All this is going to be built under this overlay as well, which is going to be kind of weird. All right. You know, we could actually bring it to like a point like this. It's like then it looks like kind of like turns you down those roads. From my experience, most roundabouts I've seen are triangular in nature. Well, then it's not a roundabout, it's a triangular about. How silly. So that means there's no lines in here that I need to draw. We'll leave the yellow guidelines in the middle of the roundabout so I remember where the middle is. Though honestly, it's pretty easy to find. Yes, then you'd be able to cross at the ends. Okay. So that does mean that our height would end probably about at this height. Then we can just go up from there. It'll be a little tricky to get all of the materials just right for the road to match everything else, though. Because some of the materials are just missing in slab form. But I think we can manage it. Shows Narcissus in cave sound range. It is. It definitely is. You know, the sidewalk can be a little on a slope. It's okay. So that's the road down. So how low does that actually get? And let's compare that to some other places. So -4. -4 is a little higher than like the sewer. It's about the same height as the vault. Okay. So it's the same height as a lot of areas. Because there's a big gimmick for this area that I will explain soon. Let's get light gray planning grid out. Let's begin denoting where sidewalks need to go. We need to get our proper coloring in now. This works. You can make a stairwell into the underground parking garage. I could. Except it is on the other side now that I think about it. I guess that. Because it needs to be 3. And then we go all the way along here. I can't wait to have this part out of the way. This is just not... I should have done this part off camera, to be honest. Actually, you know what? It is fun to show the entire process. I could just stream or not stream, and I think it is still better that I stream this part. May not be the most exciting part, but it's important to lay the foundations for a good plan. Divine Light City Square must have been glorious in its prime. I mean, 2 parking lots, so entertaining. I know, right? I mean, what isn't there to do here? I mean, you could park. You could even park again in a different parking garage if you wanted to. I mean, like, it's luxurious. It's a little bit right there. So this can go all the way to the edge. And we're going to slowly get rid of this, like, upper overlay as we plan this out. All it needs is 3 toll booths. Exactly. Back to back in a zigzag manner. And then when we pull out black planning grid for the road, all right, we're getting something. Pop these on, and we can get ourselves a nice little town square. We hear the sulfur cube zip lines. I hear they're patching them out. Oh, that's sad that they are, to be honest. That actually seemed like a really cool feature. That's unfortunate. I was hoping they'd keep that. I mean, like, some things I feel like the community finds and they love and should just be left in. Like, I can't imagine the Silver Cube zipline's, like, completely game breaking. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe it's better than I think it is. Or maybe it causes other issues that I just don't fully understand, but it would be really nice if they kept stuff like that in occasionally. So it's 2 and then 1 and then 2. Oh, this side's gonna be a little trickier, but we'll find a way, I guess, to make it work. I don't really see a good one, but you know what? We'll make it work. One, two, three, four. Yeah, 4 blocks. This one is as well. Oh, yeah, this one's 1 too close. Roundabouts are actually a horrible idea. Like, what if everyone gets stuck? I mean, like just keep on going around and around, then they'll create a tornado. And then that'll be a bigger problem. The government is weaponizing roundabouts to make tornadoes. Here's how you can protect yourself. Drive directly over the roundabout. Tornado is just more wind for your wind turbines. Exactly. That's how you gotta think about it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I have such a fun idea for this part of the city, but I think it's better if I don't reveal it just yet. Because some things I think will just be fun to save for future streams. There was another idea I had for this area, and I just don't think I can fit it. Actually, you know what? There actually might be a spot I can fit it. There's a billboard, and just a picture of a hole on it. In the corner, it says, "Home of the Godzilla Disappointment Holes. Visit Ouchburg today." It's a lot of text. That might be possible. It would be a lot to get on a single, like, billboard, though. Well, I mean, it would be a lot to get on a billboard in Minecraft. Comically small cherry sign. Oh, like the Squungus was here one. Okay, we can, like, destroy this pretty much now. Build our nice little walkways. This town square is going to be so pleasant and nice. Let's see, would it be copyright infringement to build a Pizza Hut? I don't believe so. But why build a Pizza Hut when you could build a Pizza Rat? fact, one sec. There's something I've been working on. I can't show the whole thing because this is for a different video that I can't show on stream, the actual main video. But I have been working on a little something. Thank you for teaching me how to roundabout. My old driving instructor could never. Roundabouts are so convenient, to be honest. Oh yeah, Laz has definitely never seen this before. Definitely not today. Definitely wasn't in a VC working on these pizzas. One sec, we'll time set day. Pizza. Eat. No, I've never seen this before in my life. Yeah, of course not. Yeah, so this is in the works. And if I told you what video it was for, or like what the main video concept was, you'd be like, why is that part of it? No kitchen? There will be. It's actually important that there is. And if I tried to explain what video this for, it just wouldn't make any sense. Just this will show up in something if I finish it. But I had some interesting ideas that I am working on. And I can't show anything of the actual real project. That is a short cameo in that video. Like a very short one. No back room with the mascot costumes? Maybe. Don't spoil my Five Nights at Pizza Rats video. It's gonna bring me so much ad revenue. I still can't make ad revenue. Someday. One Pizza Rat restaurant in your town square. Why one have two Pizza Rat restaurants in your city square? Now you're cooking with oil. I could put a second Pizza Rat. I certainly could. Just gotta figure out like what the shapes of the buildings are and then figure out what I want to put in them. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is take that block position. And now we just fill to the block below me, to that block. Black planning grid. Keep. And boom, that road's filled in. And we can also just do the same like this. And that is nice and easy. Just do that again up here. The original Homie Family Values Pizza Restaurant came first, and then the corporate modernized franchise with the animatronic mascots. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Something similar to that. Also, Ratomatronics, copyright. Pad pending. We'll have to pull this forward a bit. That's okay. And I think I've thought of a convenient way to do corners like this. Copy that. And then I stand on this. Was that the rat of 80? Was that a rat of Rat 7? Yes. I do think we need just something horrible to happen. I think that's really important. And then we don't actually want to keep this time. And then we're going to stand right here. And we're going to remove light. And then that'll give us our space to build. Grab this. Do light gray first. Take away light. All right, we're getting something that resembles actual roads now. Okay, I like how this ended up being structured. I was nervous for a bit, but I'm liking how it's turning out. We do need to get this slope, which is like a whole issue, to be honest. But I think we can manage it. Oh, and this also gives me the opportunity to fill in on this. This city is so lucky to have efficient road work. I know, right? Normal cities never do that. Big Richard bought out the rights to the characters. No one wanted to no one wanted to pizza the rat anymore. It wasn't a pizza good anymore. Big Richard make it better. A Big Richard makes everything better. There's no other there's no other way of interpreting what I just said. And then we put in keep. And then that gives us that. Okay. It took us so long to get the roads figured out, but I'm glad we did because it's actually really nice how we've got it worked out. So worth it. Hey, welcome back, Madlad. How's it going? Go through here. Gotta do this. Yeah, Big Rich probably would put more microplastic in the crust. Does seem like a Big Richard thing to do. Or does it? Who knows, maybe Big Richard's actually really chill and made all his money in like a really ethical way, if you consider that. Maybe capitalism worked properly. Have you considered that? Maybe he's actually just like really chill. Now we just fill in all of what remains. Honestly, I could just try and figure out the exact proportions here, but I feel like I'm going to mess it up just a little bit. And this isn't that much work, just go back and forth and fill in. So we're going to do this part manually. There's like my macroplastics more substance and nicer to chew on. That's so true. I actually have a meme about that on my other computer. I'm not gonna show it because I don't have it, but like yeah, it exists. There is a meme that says something along the same lines. You just gotta like imagine it. This should be my new stream experience. Instead of showing you anything, I just tell you to imagine it. Imagine someone building in Minecraft. My papa always told me that short men always have a lot of rage inside them, so I mustn't engage with one. I mean, I feel like it depends on the short man. And also how short. Napoleon. Yeah, actually, Napoleon's a really good example. That's a fair point. That's just completely fair. I have no argument for that. For some reason, I'm considered short, which is like, I guess most of the people I know are significantly taller than me. I'm like not that below average height, which I have no issue with being short. It is weird. I feel like I should have just picked a lane, you know? Should have just been tall or short. Kind of boring to just be in like middle ground. If you're short, what am I? Really short. That's how it works. Those weird dwarf elves in the Arctic that work for Santa. Christmas elves? I mean, how much rage do they have inside? Maybe a lot, actually. They are enslaved. I don't think there's anything wrong with being short. I know some people who act like it's like the most important thing ever. It's like, it's really not. Like, I'm gonna be honest. One thing I feel like I've dodged a bullet on is going on to like anything that's dating related, and it's seeing people who are like, I only want someone who's over 6 foot. I'm like, you know what? If that's a criteria, I don't know if like if that's their because usually when I see that it's like the one criteria, like that's their whole bio. It's like, yeah, I don't think I'm interested. That's like you know, it kind of saves you from those like really like shallow one note people. It's like, okay, have a type, but like is that really your number one priority? That's crazy. The D&D concept, dwarves and elves who fell in love with each other get their children sold to Santa because they aren't allowed to like each other. Well, that's horrifying. Just sell a forbidden child to Santa. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it's a good gig making toys. Who knows? Well, I guess like Chinese factory workers probably know. But I mean, do we trust them? Ho ho ho! Give me your children. Ah, yes, my favorite line of Santa. The thing that actually bothers me about being short is my younger brothers are taller than me or getting taller than me now. So the only thing about being short you don't like is being short compared to other people, which is just what being short is. You hear it here first. The worst part about being short is being short. We've solved the riddle. Speaking of riddles, I had to do one today on a spellcheck recording and it went great. Oh yeah, we recorded something on Spellcheck today, and Laz just didn't show up for some reason. We had to record without him. I mean, Laz was busy and like told us like a while ago, and we scheduled the whole thing without planning for Laz to be there. But like, I can't believe Laz just didn't show up. Like, what the heck? I actually don't remember what week that's going out. It's not main campaign. We're doing something a little different, so that'll be fun. We technically have main campaign backlog, but there's a certain event we want to get in on. This is being held up by geese. Man, I wish geese were real. He's so cool. I slouch like a shrimp. I like lean back when I'm gaming. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can tell. My posture is like kind of like lean back a little bit, relaxed. Does hurt my neck though sometimes because I kind of have to bring my neck forward. That's not great. Try lowering your chair and tilting your monitor up forces good posture. See, like, I have posture that's good enough that it doesn't fix anything, but, like, I don't think that would help too much, but, I mean, that sounds like a good suggestion for anyone who actually has, like, proper posture issues. I gained 4 inches in height when I straightened my back. I gained 6 inches when I put on 6 inches heels. It's crazy. You wouldn't believe it, but like the if I put on heels, like I get taller. I honestly don't think I could walk in heels. Those look so hard to walk in. I haven't tried, but I don't think I could. Like, how in the world are you supposed to do that? That looks tough. Let's see. So it's a mix of this, and this. So mostly normal deep slate and smooth basalt. So why don't we make it normal deep slate? I wish I could do it for the slabs, but unfortunately I have to use the other kind of slab. I used to have such good posture, but now the same thing that gave me good posture is giving me the worst shrimp posture. The geese. No, I actually think I might know, but I don't know how much information is public, so I won't say much. But I have a guess. So I just looked at Discord. The government's trying to insert subliminal messages into Archer streams. I mean, I honestly I should start adding subliminal messages. Maybe that'll be my new marketing campaign for when the merch drop comes out. I'm so excited for the merch drop. It's not going to sell that much. Like, let's be honest, there's not enough people who watch streams or videos to have it sell well. Let's be completely real. There is no way I make enough profit on this to be worth the amount of time that has gone into designing everything. But it's going to be really fun, I think, just to do that and release that. So I think that's worth it. That's worth it to me, if nothing else. So, like, that's fine. If that's how it's gotta be, then that's how it's gotta be. I have some test prints arriving soon, so I will show those on stream when I get them. Specifically, the test prints I have that are showing up soon is a Spellcheck mug, the sticker set, which is the one I'm most worried about not printing right, as well as the Pizza Rat shirt, so all of that for streams. I lurk in Storm Drains. I probably would have gotten a test print, but I was talking to Frogmare and Ender, and they're like, hey, or actually, technically, they didn't even outright say that. I said, oh yeah, I got to order a bunch of test prints. I just got to figure out what I want to actually order, because like, I want to get a good sample without spending so much money, because test prints obviously put me into the negatives of profit. And they said, you know what, like, send us the link early and we'll order test prints. So Ender has a limited edition version of the Spellcheck mug because I've changed the design. So that one's not going to print. A new one is going to be available, which is so much better, to be honest. But hey, limited edition. But I know Frogmare's testing out. I think it's the... I want to say it's like the pizza hat and the Heretic hoodie. And Ender was testing out the Storm Drain hat and the Spellcheck mug as well. The Spellcheck mug's been a favorite, actually. I think it's because it's like not very expensive and it's cool. It's probably one of my favorites. I mean, there's a reason I ended up wanting to order a test print of that, even though it was already test printing to other things, because I'm like, you know what? I just want one. Sometimes I just want things. Crazy. I'm probably gonna give out a few, like, I'll probably put like some coupon codes up on the Discord when they come out. They're like a couple uses. At least that's the plan. I'll put storm drains under the island in the middle because it's a slope down to the roundabout. You're so right. Actually, it wouldn't make sense to put storm drains, and I can't tell you why. Actually, yeah, I can. You know what? I will. This is gonna be a fountain. Probably. Or maybe a reflecting pool. I guess I could make it just a statue. I don't know, we'll see. It won't be exactly functional anymore. I guess it kind of will be. You'll see why I mean kind of soon. Evil fountain with sewer water. No, I don't know about that. It feels like a bad thing to make. You know what? One of these. There we go. And then we'll put like a sign on each of those. Maybe? Let's see. I've been haunted by this one goose for weeks. Yeah, is that the technical term for a goose attack? Being haunted by a goose. I mean, I'm happy to start calling it that. I mean, that sounds much more exciting. Bob the Builder building something I can't pronounce. Also, welcome to the stream, Lupercuna. Let's see, please do not throw coins in the water or the fountain. It disturbs the koi. Cut to 250 quarters, sparkling on the surface of the water. Yeah, I don't know why people just throw coins into any water they find. It's weird. It's like, come on, guys, the fish. Let the fish be. I think about fish a lot of my day, to be honest. It's my Roman Empire. So, one thing about the city that I'm debating is if I should build the foundation of every building, like the first floor, and then build up. At least in this lower area. And you might be like, what? Why in the world would you do it that way? Well, my plans for this lower area, um, there's a reason it's lower. So I've got to get that all figured out. I've thought through exactly why I want this lower. And one thing is, if we, for some reason, end up building up or on the other sides, most of these directions are going to be up. Which might give you a little hint at why I want this place lower and what the gimmick for this kind of area of the city is going to be. Because I have something very particular in mind that I just have a very cool mental image of, and I want to capture that. Lesbians. Yep, you figured it out. Lesbians will go to the lowest area of the city and congregate. So that's why we're putting it down here. Alright, so I should probably be using white for this. Lesbians are awesome. You know what's funny? I don't know if I'd really know any lesbians. I've known quite a few just various LGBTQ plus people. That's one I don't think I have on my list right now. On my bingo card. Do I count my own bingo card? Hmm. I mean, honestly, there's plenty of bi people. I wouldn't even need myself on that card. Let's put in all of these. Okay, we're getting close to having a proper layout that we can start on the roads of. I'd love to knock out the roads this stream. Don't we go up a layer right here? I think the outer edge of this was gonna be grass, because then there'd be flowers all around the outer edge, and that's lovely. And you know what? Let's even bring in some more color to this whole thing. Let's get polished granite on the outside. Are you a lesbian? I'm Laz. Yep. That's that's about what I expected. Let's see. Probably bricks right here. Lesbian. So this will be the spot for the statue right up here. Or you know what I think would actually look better? Okay, bricks around here. And then a shorter thing right here. Honestly, I might remove these little islands. I don't think they're necessary. Tiered fountain, not quite. And then this would need to be like a concrete foundation. This will be where a statue goes. I need to design a statue. I struggle with statues in Minecraft. I can build a lot of things. Statues are not one of them. As much fun as I've been having building inorganic stuff, I have been playing around. I think, actually, you know what? I'll show the reason why I've kind of gotten back into this recently. Or want to do more city building. I've been doing a little bit of building on a different world. Oh, there's someone online right now. I wonder who it is. But I have gotten a little carried away with organics. And I think I just need a little bit of a break from organics because, well, I've been building these cliffs. This is a just survival world I play on with some friends. And I decided my base needed huge cliffs next to it. This is all my domain, and I just built all these cliffs recently. Just over the last couple weeks. Not even a couple weeks, like a week or two. And yes, they are absolutely hollow. Because, I mean, I'm not doing all that, like, solid. That's crazy. And I can't see. This is fine. But pretty much this is why I think I've been a little burnt out on organics recently. Because this has definitely been a project. Trying to do all of these various cliffs and all the underwater bits. And it's just, you know what? Sometimes you gotta build some inorganics. Which I do love the view from over here. I'm very happy with how it's been turning out, but I'll probably be back to this eventually. Archer, do you like pilk? Definitely not. I honestly don't really care for either of the ingredients. Also, just make the foundations of the building you want to place later. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. That's kind of what we did the first time. Or at least some of the important ones. Or I'll put down like signs or something. We'll build a statue here. And it's gonna be a little while before we properly get this done. I mean, this one took like 5 months of just intermittent streams, so we'll chip away at this one here and there, doing different tasks around. Though I do think a lot of this part was, well, everything underground, because honestly the underground took a long time. And we're gonna do that again, because I don't learn my lesson. And because I had a lot of fun the first time, so why learn my lesson when there's no lesson to be learned? And speaking of polishing things up, why don't we do that right over here? Get the crosswalks in. I am restricted to only using slabs for these parts, but we'll make it work. There we go. Doesn't look too out of place. We'll just go around this whole thing real quick and add these in. You know, because I said move this one forward, why don't I just rebuild this exactly? Alright, how much do you think I can remember? Okay. I'm gonna try and memorize this entire design. You know what, I'll even add in this bit. Okay. Okay. Let's see how much of that I can get. Fuck, I'm already forgetting it. These two are this. I know it was here and here. No, because this one was right here, and then that was like that. Or no, I think it was like this. Maybe it was like around here. No, these were both this. We'll check my work in a sec. I mean, it doesn't really matter if it's exactly the same, but it's fun to try and make exactly the same. And it was this right here and this right here. Does that look right? Okay, this one's wrong. I flipped these two in my mind. That is close though. Shockingly close for how many like similar blocks need to be in the same space. Let's see. Let's just look at what it was and then fix it. What's that sword name? Oh yeah, my sword name on the on that other server is Seashore Seashell Sea Sword. Because I am the lighthouse keeper. And a nice ocean-themed sword. And then we can just fill some of these in. So we'll just do this design. This seems nice. See, this is like that old Mineplex minigame where you have to copy the bill, get blown up by a guardian. Oh, I know that. I used to be so good at that. I remember that game. That's kind of nostalgic. I used to play a lot of minigames, and then I don't know, fell out of love with them. I was playing some recently with some friends, which was nice. It was actually on, like, Easter. Because Easter is... not everyone celebrates it, so I'm like, I just came home from being up with some family, and then the people were on, so I'm like, I'll join. Or wait, no, it wasn't even that day. I think it was a different day. I don't know now. Maybe it was that day. I don't know. Let's just put in some of this. There's our beautiful little crosswalks added in. I mean, you can't really have this, you can't have a city without crosswalks. Crosswalks are vital. So are storm drains. We will be adding more storm drains. And real accurate sewers, of course. I know what the people want. The people want real world accurate civil engineering sewers. Let's fill this all in. I'm gonna, like, you know what? On the stream I do, like, the storm drains. I'm gonna, like, have, like, an announcement, like, leading up to it. Because, like, the whole joke with last time is we just got so many people on stream for that particular thing that I think it would be funny if we tried to beat the number that we're on last time. Have, like, the highest two, like, build streams be Storm Drain Stream 1 and Storm Drain Stream 2. It's just such a fun idea. Well, I'll definitely have to, like, really advertise that one. And really push that one. Is it stupid? Absolutely. But it would be fun. When did you start becoming a builder? Let's say I was like 7 years ago, I decided to build a house. I was bored and slowly got addicted. I mean, I guess it depends. Because, like, if you're asking when did I start properly building as, like, an art form, and when did I start building in general and then started to, like, try and make anything, are very different questions. As far as making anything, probably some of the first things I did in Minecraft were trying to make just something, even though they just weren't very good. And the blocks just weren't there for it, to be honest. But that was like 15 years ago. Maybe a little less than 15, but somewhere around there. Like very early on in Minecraft's history. And then when I actually like really started to get into it a lot, I mean, that was like maybe 2019, 2018. When I started getting really interested in it. Maybe even 17. Probably like 2018. Which is almost a decade ago now, I guess. Like 8 years. Though there's definitely been like huge gaps in that. And then huge periods where I improve a ton. Because I mean, I burn out. It happens. Alright, so I'm thinking we replace all the roads with deep sleep. No way, 2018 was 8 years ago. It is. It's 8 years ago. It's kind of hard to accept, but sometimes people are just getting old. It is kind of weird to think about years you remember like well, and it's like, wow, yeah, that doesn't feel like that long ago, but it was ages ago. It's very weird. Very weird feeling that nothing else really quite replicates. Do we like these little islands? Cause like I'm kind of debating on them. I could put a sign on them. Maybe that would help. I'm thinking like vaguely yield sign coded. Something like that, maybe. I don't know, maybe. So I think the biggest thing I want to do with this, and I was debating on spoiling this, is I actually want this flooded. I have an image in my mind for this specific part of the city that you are kind of looking through, almost like standing on like a small like rowboat or something, looking through streets of a city with vines and trees overgrowing it like cliffs as the entire almost riverbed of the stream or of the street is like 2 feet or like sorry not 2 feet like 2 blocks or 3 blocks or 4 blocks deep of water. um so that's kind of the vision, which I maybe I can try and articulate better at some point because I know that's not the best description. That's kind of the idea. All I'm hearing is you want to turn Divine Light City into the Coral Sanctum. Yeah, pretty much. Coral Sanctum's still in the works. I just needed a break, to be honest. I am realizing I am burning myself out with so many projects at once. I have been working. So pretty much my schedule has been wake up, work on the roguelike game, do everything else I need to do in the day, come home from that, either stream or work on Spellcheck. Repeat process over and over and over, which like it's super fun. It's creative projects and they are completely of my own choice. But I have been realizing that is not sustainable. So I am trying to do a little bit better on that and take some breaks. I'm going to have a nice big break with Spellcheck soon. I am working on something very big. That'll take them a while. Let's see. Oh, if you're flooding this area, wouldn't the storm drains be blocked off? I think just because we want storm drains, I think I might have them. I might have the blockage that floods it somewhere in the sewers rather than in the storm drains. So I think that'll be nice. But yeah, with spell check, I mean, I can just say this. I mean, it's clear if for anyone who's been watching where they're headed right now. That is a huge section with so much open-endedness for that D&D podcast. I'll just say D&D podcast for anyone who doesn't know. Link in the description, of course. Um, yeah, it's very enjoyable. I've loved making that show. But it has been a lot of work to get the city of Sandrigara ready. It is a big place. So, writing all of that has been a nightmare. But I think it'll turn out really good. So I'm excited. Honestly, that's the duality of like everything I work on. Is it's always stuff I love and then I overwork myself on it. And I still love it and I keep working on it, but it's not good for burnout. So it's definitely something for me to work on. Speaking of things for me to work on, maybe I should take on a couple new projects. Oh, I just realized something. Actually, there's been another thing I've been working on in the evening, the merch designs. Because why not just one more thing in there? You know, we'll do all of the texturing on the sidewalks as I build buildings. So excited for Saint Gerard. Yeah, I think Saint Gerard is going to be huge and really cool. Especially because of one big thing I've been working on that is big lore heavy. That actually is completely public. We already showed it. We already talked about it in a post. It's because there's a big library and museum there that the players might get a chance to look at. So I've been working on writing a lot of information. More than they're ever going to find. Yeah, I think this will be a nice thing to stream for a while. I was working on this, kind of getting back into that same groove of working on something a little bit more creative like this. That is a little bit more chill and freeform, and I can just kind of finish it when I want. Rather than trying to rush to get a video out or whatever else. There is... Okay, you know what? I just realized there's another video that's in the works. I was just saying, you know what? I'm trying to work on less pro... There's another. There is one more. And it is completely secret. Because if I say what it is, it ruins it. So I can't tell anyone anything about it. Which hurts because I spoil things on stream that I'm working on constantly. Because I can't stop myself from yapping. But for once, I can't. Because there are certain people, and I won't even say who, but if they hear what it is, it ruins the idea. So I can't even risk it being in a stream VOD in case someone finds it. But it'll hopefully be a video soon. And I don't know when soon is, but it's somewhere. It's at some point. I think it'll be a fun idea, though. It's a lot of work, though, because that's every idea I have. It has taken a lot of modding to make work. Custom mods, specifically. But hopefully that'll turn out well. I hope people enjoy it. Alright, that's moved finally. Fortunately, I can't jump around as easily. We'll have to make some kind of connection here and here. I think I might eventually make a little mini game out of this and beyond just like hide and seek. Because it would be kind of cool if I added like items that the player needs to find and you can like jump around and try and find them. And they're all in like very hidden places. Scavenger hunt with clues? Exactly. I think that could be really fun. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll have like a whole mini game thing one stream where we play like a bunch of different mini games around here. Could even make like a parkour course at some point. Get some yellow paint. Gotta get the Dying Light yellow paint. Maybe I'll play Dying Light 2 on stream again sometime, or even just like for a little one-off. Just for inspiration. I do love Dying Light 2. Such a good game. I mean, 1 and the Beast are good, but 2 is phenomenal. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time. So here's what I'm thinking for this. We go down this strip like this. Oh wait, no, the sidewalk would be after this. Sorry for the centerpiece, the statue paid for by Big Rich. That's actually a really fun idea. Also, I'm thinking of actually starting to name the streets. I think this is going to be Angel Street because there's going to be, because it's Divine Light City. I think we put like an angel statue right here. So like it's facing towards me right here, so you have the beautiful view. Also, I think these need to go. I think these are ruining it. Angel, the Ember Angel, you figured it out. Holy cow. Okay, but one bit I actually was going to do is name one of these streets Ember Street as a joke. On the corner of Ember and Angel. Lemon Bread Street. Yeah, we might be able to do that one. I might do a metro station right here. This might be a good spot for it. Maybe we wait on this spot and work that out in the future then. So I said I want to get the roads done today, so let's do that. Let's stay focused. Ember Angel mentioned. Did I respond to that? I feel like I responded to that message and then forgot and then tried to respond again. I might be malfunctioning. I'm a little tired today. Peel Street, named in memory of our beloved Storm Drain lover. Feels like Beetle died then. Like Beetle Memorial Street. It's been so sad since the accident. Can't believe what happened. I honestly think I should try and put that storm drain design on something else. I just can't think of anything else other than the hat design and the sticker. Honestly, the stickers that I made because I'm like, you know what? I want something for people who don't like have the money to purchase anything bigger. That like, you know, they just want to slap some of this stuff on like a water bottle or something. It's, you know, affordable. It's just nice. So that's why I really want to make sure that one's quality. I think what I have it priced at right now is like $6. Which I know not everyone has like even just money to like spend on stuff, but so I'm not offended if these things don't sell. In fact, I don't think they're gonna. But I at least want to try and have options for anyone who does actually want something. Evil sound. Oh yeah, very evil sound. Honestly, the cave sounds kind of add to this whole vibe of an abandoned city. It's like just something falling apart in the distance or whatever else. I've thought about adding like a rabbit or something that just hops around the streets over here, but I can't keep it in the same area. Because I'd love to have like small living things still here. As if like a little life is here, but humans are just gone. Something just very interesting about that. Bone in the rabbit warren. Oh, he's gotta be alive. We need him. Let's see. We want deep slate. Replace black planning grid. There we go. All right. So why don't we start with the polished basalt. These are like the main tire marks on the road, where some cars have like really been going. Some spots that have just been really just like roughed up by tires over the years, which does mean we want to keep them very directional with the road. And kind of mostly concentrated on the spots where the tires would line up to. A little bit of this. And I think it needs a little bit right in here of some sort. And then why don't we just go the other direction. Carve away some of these various materials along here. Can be a little random. As long as it fills in some of these various locations. Just want to make it look like cars have driven here a very long time ago. Even if it doesn't look like it's been any time recently. In fact, not having it be any time recently is probably what I actually would want. Fill in all of this. Place road pattern. Like, I have enough experience with doing texturing work now that it's a lot more easy and mindless than it used to be. Like, I feel like there's kind of like 2 points at which texture work becomes mindless. When you get to this point, which is kind of like the, I guess, more advanced version, which is like, you just inherently know where things are supposed to be weathered. You can just look at it and be like, yeah, I know the spots. And then there's the point where it's like, okay, I don't quite understand things yet, so I'm gonna have randomness involved. And just kind of place things down and see what looks good, and then maybe like fix a few things that just don't look quite right. Which, you know what? I don't think completely random texturing is wrong. You know what? It's maybe not like the most like optimal, perfect situation. But sometimes like it just doesn't matter if it's like perfectly perfect. In this scenario, I want it to be as perfect as I can make it because, I mean, this is a project I have so far spent a lot of time on, and I want to make sure that I continue to spend as much time as I can on it, because at the end of the day, I'm doing this as a project to really just, like, push the boundaries of what I can create as, like, an overarching project. But if you're just, like, building a Minecraft base that, like, you know what, gotta get that, like, back wall design done, and it's just, like, really not a focal point, or even if it is a focal point, if you just have a good palette and you're just like, you know what, it isn't worth it to me to spend this much time, random is great. Random works well. Because, like, how much difference does doing it like this actually make at the end of the day? Not a ton. It's minor. You don't really see it all that much. That's okay. Because you don't need to see the results of every piece of work. Sometimes it's just something that's in the background that you notice, and it's maybe you don't even notice. It's just like subconscious, and it's just a little bit nicer. Sometimes just perfection isn't exactly what you want to go for. And I'm not even gonna claim like this is perfection. It's clearly not. In fact, actually, I think this would be a lot more boring if it were perfection. I feel like I got a little theosophical. That's definitely what I meant to say. Philosophical there. I used to care a lot more about perfection in things that I made. I'd obsess over like tiny details for like way too long, and I just wouldn't get things done that I was happy with, or I'd burn out and not finish things. I mean, I was raised that way, to be honest. Like, it was, you know, like it's get everything done perfectly. There is not room for making mistakes. Um, which, I think is good in some contexts to, do the very best you possibly can. But there's also a point where that becomes harmful, where it's like, okay, yeah, I can't do perfect every time. Yeah, just knowing you just can't do perfect every time is honestly a very comforting thought, in my opinion. But probably mainly because I had that kind of mentality when growing up. I'm getting deep for just no reason. Ever just start contemplating? Just gotta ponder an orb for a little bit. See, I think I have too big of splotches. Actually, no, I don't. Maybe a little bit in a couple places that we gotta break up. Just kind of want to border all this. Hey, welcome to the stream, Slakos, or Slake, whichever you want to go by. How's it going? Yeah, it's late at night. You can get ponderous. I really do need just like a good orb to ponder. I'm not asleep, I'm just pondering my orb. I don't know if you guys have had like experiences with people who just they'll fall asleep and then refuse to admit that they did. And it's always so strange. I just don't know why. Like what is the point? It's like, okay, yeah, you fell asleep. Cool. You're tired. I'll be honest, I'm not a person who falls asleep. I genuinely just that's what I was saying, I don't sleep. Don't nap. I don't get it. I'd rather get all my sleep at one time. Oh, I just remembered the last time I had a nap, and it was genuinely under such awful circumstances. It just like hit me like a truck for a second. Something very bad was going on that kept me up all night because I need to help out with something, and or not all night, but like until like 5 a.m. and yeah, I need to be up early. So right after I wasn't needed anymore, out. So yeah, I think that was the last time, and I think before that, I mean, it was like I'm trying to think of like when the last time before that was. Probably the last time before that, which was a much more fun occasion that I actually can talk about, would be I was out looking at whale sharks. I wanted to go see whale sharks, so I was out in Cozumel. We went out on a boat early in the morning, and I was already jet lagged, so it was rough. But we got out there, got to see whale sharks, for real, and they are beautiful creatures. Absolutely wonderful to see in person. It was incredibly enjoyable. Probably not something I'd do again, to be honest. I think it wouldn't have the same magic the second time. It was incredibly cool. Just swim alongside a beast of that size. I mean, the biggest fish in the world. Right there, like within arm's reach. And obviously, aren't supposed to touch them. Don't touch wild animals. So I didn't. I felt like how I led into that sounded like I was gonna say I did, but no, I did not. But having like being so close to something that like huge, and it's so beautiful. It's really just like an unforgettable experience. I very much recommend it. If you couldn't tell, I don't really care about thalassophobia. I'm not a thalassophobe. I love the ocean. I want to spend more time in the ocean, to be honest. It's nice. I wish spectator mode exists in real life. I know, right? That'd be awesome. I'd love to be able to just like go and check things out in spectator mode and then just come back to my body. You know, maybe spectator mode does exist and it's just being a ghost. When you die, you get set to spectator mode until you leave the game. What happens after you leave the game? Up to debate. Imagine I died tomorrow and then I showed up on stream and I'm like, hey guys, I died yesterday. I didn't finish this Minecraft build, so that is my unfinished business. Anyway, let's get back to it so I can move on to the afterlife proper. I like, imagine it's just like the dumbest unfinished business. It's like, oh yeah, you forgot to flush. So you go and like haunt a place and like that like for like 10 minutes and then you move on. Imagine being a ghost and you can go to the bottom, see it, look at fish that aren't in restaurants. I know, seeing fish that aren't in restaurants would be absolutely crazy. Fish. There's fish over there. That's crazy. Oh, there's also crab. Forgot about that. Crab without a name still. It's like it's like been 6 months since I got that crab. I gotta name it. If I were a ghost, I'd want to haunt something underwater. That'd be really cool. I wish I could see fish being happy. That'd be lovely. I mean, it's hard to tell if fish are happy. Because, I mean, you can't really, like, see a facial expression like mammals. Not even all mammals have the same facial expressions. You just have to guess by behavior. Those ones seem pretty neutral right now. They don't seem particularly happy or unhappy. They're just kind of like chilling. Crab probably in a state of panic for some reason. Always. Don't know why. Just is. It's the nature of it. I walk over that tank and it runs every time. It's like, my guy. I'm the one who hands you food. For the record, I hand feed this guy sometime. Like, whenever I go and feed him, because I put like a bunch of food around the enclosure for it to scavenge, because I want to get a little exercise and a little bit of like stimulation going. Like I'll usually give a piece directly to it because I want to try and understand like, hey, this person's cool. And every time it's like, well, it's a creature. It's a dangerous creature. You gotta avoid it, and then it will hide. It just does that. Maybe someday it'll understand. Also, crabs are way smarter than people give them credit for. Am I gonna stop eating them? Probably not. But like, they're really smart. crabs are smart enough to like know when it's dangerous to escape an enclosure. Like I've definitely heard a lot of stories about um, crabs waiting until like the zookeeper, I guess, or I guess actually technically this was just a person's aquarium. But like they'd go up to the roof and they'd push open the lid, and if they saw them enter the room, they'd close the lid back up to hide. Just like you can't tell me that's not like it being intelligent. It's clearly just showing intelligence in some way. Is it intelligent as a human? Obviously not. But it's clearly like intelligent in some way. But they are also delicious. So you win some, you lose some. All right, there's our road patterns. It's looking nice and roughed up now. We'll be roughing it worse. I could be a fish. That would be fun. I mean, all you gotta do is just get in the ocean. And then also be a fish. I mean, those are really the only two steps. Also, you could skip the be in the ocean part. You could just, like, go to a fish market. Or, like, a lake. Or a river. Even a pond. Alright. What do we want to do next? Let's see. Yes, we stabbed this thing with a hot poker and it recoiled. This doesn't confirm it feels emotion. I do wonder how many creatures can feel emotion like humans do, because our concept of emotion is probably at least somewhat different than a lot of these other animals. In fact, maybe they have completely different, like how they experience some of these things are completely different. We don't know yet. I mean, there's a reason why we're still testing some of these things. I mean, we definitely know these creatures can feel pain. We know fish feel pain. We know crabs feel pain. I mean, they feel pain. You know, it's like you gotta be humane. I don't really see an issue with eating creatures that can feel pain as long as you're just humane about it, to be honest. As long as you're not like torturing them, like, yeah, great. That's nature. This is coming from someone who eats pretty much just like fish and plant products. Because I don't really like some meats, or most meats. Like the whole lobster thing, like you can't kill a lobster until like right before you cook it. Because, well, it is it becomes toxic really quick if you don't cook it quickly after you kill it. But like I feel like boiling them is wrong. Like that's bad. I'm definitely more for like where you put the knife like right in the back of the lobster and then press down. Boom. Clean cut. It's instantly dead. No pain, or at least as minimal as you can get it. Great. Fresh lobster. That's what I'm for personally. When it's my time to go, you know, I don't want to be boiled. As a lobster, um, I don't know where to go from that other than just saying as a lobster. That's my opinion as a lobster. I like to think of it like this. All meat used to be saying, so you should always be grateful to have some on your plate and not disrespect it. Yeah, that's a good way to think of it. Like, someone had to go slaughter that tofu. There's people who eat horses. Why do they not eat walruses? Walruses are big. Well, I think walruses are a little harder to. Honestly, walruses have a lot of issues. um, to go down the list, first of all, not that much meat to size ratio. A lot of it's blubber. It's probably very tough meat because they are actually very muscular creatures under there. Um, next up, farming walruses is really hard. Um, so you probably don't want to farm walruses, so you'd have to go hunt them. And then also, hunting walruses is really hard. They are a tough creature. How much blubber is edible? Let's see. Sorry, I just got the stupidest AI answer. One sec. That's not true. This is not. Oh, that's great. This isn't true. A human can eat up to 3,000 to 6,000 clams in a single feeding session. Yep. And then it changes over to walrus. I think I got a little confused. Hey, can someone check this real quick? Can someone track this? Can someone quickly eat 3,000 to 6,000 clams in one sitting? I mean, if you eated the clams like popcorn, do you think you can eat 3,000 to 6,000 pieces of popcorn in one sitting? This is not right. That's wonderful. It's been a while since I've seen a properly just like full on incorrect answer that doesn't have like a reason behind it. Also, by the way, my Google search was how much of a walrus can a human eat? Next, I'm gonna look up can you eat blubber? Let's see. Yes, blubber from marine mammals like whales and seals is edible and has been traditionally consumed in the Arctic and by other cultures. But it must be properly prepared and sourced safely. Cool. Yeah, you can then. Let's see. Let's do some math. There's at least 300 popcorn in a bag of popcorn. I can eat 10 bags of popcorn. Okay. Also, popcorn, right, is like it expands because there's air in it. Like, or there's like air gaps, technically steam gaps. Um, a clam is a lot more solid. Like it's a lot like you can't it doesn't compress once you chew and eat it as much. So you're gonna fill up way quicker full of clams. I'm changing my Discord says to eating 3 to 6,000 clams in a single feeding session. That's my new status. Wonderful. Okay, but what if you mixed in Tylenol with the clams and sanitol? Well, so your plan is to pretty much become a tube through which you process clams and don't move ever again, where you just dump endless clams in. I would say that that's cheating. I'd say at that point it's not a single feeding session anymore. I should put a poll on the Discord server. One sec. Actually, it's gonna be how many clams can you eat in a single feeding session? Okay, we'll have the boring answer, you know, like less than 10. Next up, next option. We're talking like somewhere between, I'm thinking, let's see, actually, yeah, so we'll say between 11 and like 50 is the next set of clams. Um, we'll bring it up to like, why am I making a poll on this? Everyone's just gonna say the highest number. There's no point. I'm just gonna put this in memes. There's no point. I already know what people are gonna answer. Can you make them vegan clams for kosher people? Uh, I mean, it depends on what clams you find. I don't think I'm the one sourcing all of these clams. Good luck. Man, what would we do if a human couldn't eat that many clams in a single feeding session? I don't know what we would even do at that point. Like, I think we'd be cooked. How am I supposed to get my nutrients unless I can eat 3 to 6,000 clams in a single feeding session? Oh, this reminds me of something. So recently, someone on a call with me, actually today, looked something up about me. I think they were trying to find the merch website, to be honest. Um, but it came up with just a completely like fake name for me, which was very funny to say. But the main thing is, it made me remember that you can suggest things to the AI. So I've thought of something new I might try and push, which is the idea of just getting as many people as I can periodically to go onto various websites that like will give you like that AI pop-up, search anything about me, and then lie when it gives you like no matter what information it gives you, do the suggestion thing to correct incorrect information, and then tell it more lies until I can completely poison AI so it has no clue who I am and thinks I am just like some kind of deranged creature. Would be the ideal outcome. So that might become a new project of mine. Just occasionally telling AI incorrect information about me. Like just making up like life stories. Like I honestly just don't care what people tell it. As long as it's just lies. Because that's so funny. I just like the idea of someone someday looking up my name and an AI's like just telling him something that's like, what are you talking about? That's just not real. You tell about your wife and son. Feel free to tell about whatever you want. I'm gonna try and like probably push this eventually. Maybe on one of our bigger streams, I'll try and push this and convince people to go to AI and correct it. I am curious how many like alternate names will be put in, or stuff like that. But pretty much I want to just set up like a call to arms and just go to war over this. We need it to be confused because that means people will try and use it and be confused, and that's funny to me for some reason. Though I guess then that's really bad brand recognition if I ever actually If I ever actually got the 1 in a million luck to actually like make it in the content creator space, then that would kind of bite me later on. That would be the one downside because it wouldn't know who I was, and that'd be kind of important. Or maybe we just tell it I'm really important. And honestly, it should just bring me up more in unrelated things. Yeah, that's what we do. We lie about any important topic. We tell it that I'm involved. So people will just start getting recommendations from AI. It's like, oh yeah, this guy knows about it. And it's just not true. Sorry, okay, who are we going to war against AI? It can't know who I am. It needs to only know misinformation about me. Invented the cucumber is a good one. That's one we should definitely, that's a narrative we should definitely push. Or alternatively, we pick one really stupid thing. And then like every day we get multiple people to suggest this to AI until its data set is so poisoned about the topic that when someone looks up like cucumber, they see Sriracha invented the cucumber. That would be the ideal option. She was the first person to eat 3,000 clams in one feeding session. Yeah, I think we just need lies though, in general. Because I really do like the idea of someone looking up my name and all they get is just a garbled mess of lies. Would be such a good bit. So maybe that'll be a new thing I'll try and push. I'll be famous, you know how to do it. Lie. Lie about everything. Maybe this should be one of my new videos. I ate 3,000 clams in one feeding session. Or I invented the cucumber. I do an interview about how I invented the cucumber. Like, oh yes, I wanted a green, vaguely phallic fruit that tastes like water. That you can put other things on. It's kind of a crispy health food. I think that would probably be my thought process behind creating that. Alright, we've gotten a good amount done here. We might end it here for today, and then we can start getting other things worked on. But yeah, pretty much, I think in the future on some big stream when we have a lot of people, I'm gonna try and push people to, like, if it starts getting boring. So next time I have an opportunity where it's like, okay, there's a gap in like good content, and we've got a lot of viewers that I don't want to lose. We'll set them to work. So I think that'll be really good. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. This will be flooded soon. Actually, how high are we gonna flood this? Probably like, maybe like here. I think that'll be really good. That'll be a good height. But thank you, everyone, for watching. And we'll see you guys in a future stream. And don't forget, I invented the cucumber. I ate 3,000 clams in one feeding session. And I have a wife and kids. Bye, everyone.